So continuing on here, I got me some triple 0. I don't even know if you can read it on there anymore. Oh yeah, it's over here. Everything's left and right. This is a Scotch-Brite pad. It's gray color, not the green one. This is gray. So this is equivalent to triple 0 stainless steel, which I also have, but I wanted to. I think the Scotch-Brite's going to work a little better. So I already started on this, and this Fesley had a shine on it, you know, with that little sparkle. And I don't know if that sparkle was in the outside paint. I think it's still in there. But this is all you want to do. Take that shine off there. You're just roughing up the paint so that when you spray paint it white after you tape it, which will be the next step, so I'm just showing you, we got a gray triple 0 Scotch-Brite, and I actually already did this backside, and that's why it looks like that. You know, I've never done this before. Watch all the YouTube videos, and this just seems to make sense right here. Because you're just removing so you can get a grip, moving that gloss so that your new paint is going to work. And I'm using lacquer because I don't want to wait 3 days for anything to dry. And then you want to make sure you get all your edges. This is still shiny over here. Woo. Okay, but yeah, once you got it pretty much looking like this, we're just going to clean it. You can clean it with basically about anything. I think I'm gonna, one guy said you could even use Windex. I don't know, but all you gotta do is, if there's any powder or anything left on here, I got one of these car wash cloths, I forget what you call them, but just make sure it's smooth. And then we are going to start taping it up. I think this guy is way too small. I'll be using this. Probably these 3 right here. And if I have to get something wider, I will, but I just ordered this tape off of Amazon, and we'll start putting the stripes on. Now, there's a ton of videos out there that shows you how to tape up your guitar. Basically, you just get yourself a picture. And once you get the picture, you just tape it up and try and match it. Yeah, there's no really one set way to do it. I will say this, that when Eddie Van Halen made his 78 Eruption, okay, he put the big stripes on there. And the little stripes, he added later. And he used 1/8" pen striping, which you can get at the auto parts store in black, and added the little stuff like the cobweb designs and all that kind of stuff like that. But because I thought, you know, he painted it and then he thought, well, that'd look cooler, so he added that. So I would think in hindsight that he probably would have just painted the whole thing that way. He didn't want to go back and paint it. So I think he would have taped it all up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm taping the small ones and the big ones, everything, spraying it, right? Peeling it off, and I'm not going back with the pinstripe tape. You say, well, I've never heard of that pinstripe tape. They've got videos. I've researched it. And they have pictures of the tape coming off of his guitar and everything else. So I can 100% guarantee you that that electrical vinyl tape works great on guitars. Exhibit A right there. 100% tape. You know what that was? That's my AliExpress nightmare. And it's a 24 fret. Only one in existence. 24 fret, 5150. I played a Kramer 84 at Guitar Center, and that one, now that I'm done with it, blows it away. Okay? I'm not saying that the Kramer 84 is a bad guitar. I'm saying that if I bought one, I'd have to set it up with the low action and everything like I like it. I'm telling you, the difference between a real expensive guitar and an inexpensive guitar is just the setup. How much time do you put in there? I mean, I routed the neck on that thing down to where the rosewood's sitting on the body. And I routed the tremolo deeper. I blocked it off. I did all kinds of stuff. I'll do another video on that. I'm not done yet. I put a kill switch on that. I'm putting a kill switch on this too. So, like I said, this is going to be like best of both worlds guitar. But I can guarantee you that when I finish this guitar, it's going to play better. I was just at Guitar Center this weekend because I wanted to visit my son in Madison. And I played... First, I picked up the Frankenstrat in black like this one. Okay? It doesn't have the stripes or anything on it. And I had to tune it just to be able to play it. And then I picked up... They had a Wolfgang next to it. And I don't know what was the matter with that thing, but I tell you what, just so, you know, even if you buy an expensive guitar, you got to know what I'm teaching you here. So, God bless you guys. If you want to know the truth about God, go download my book for free, PastorSteveW.com, called The Truth About You and God. You will learn more by reading that book in a couple hours than you will sitting in church for 20 years. And if you get yourself a King James Bible, and that's how you get in contact with God. You read his word, you believe on it, you act on it, and God will come to you. All right. Okay, I'm back. I spent like the last 2.5, 3 hours or whatever, taping up my guitar. I just watched videos and stuff online. Get the glare off of there. And just copied what they did. There's no sense sitting here filming everything that I did here. So the only question that you're probably going to have is, how do you get this guy right here? And all you do is take yourself a piece of tape, put it across there, get yourself a pencil, and draw that thing on there. Cut it out with an X-Acto knife, and then you're done. I covered this hole here because I have a 2-point tremolo on here because I don't want to get paint in there. I can tell you a surprise about this Fesley. That is basswood, and that's exactly what I wanted. That is not mahogany. It said it was mahogany, and I am happy. Okay, here's the back. You know, and I can tell you that every guitar is not going to be the same. I mean, every guitar that whoever builds these ones, you have somebody's building out of a Fender Strat, another guy's using a Squier Debut, you know, or an old Charvel body like Eddie Van Halen used or whatever. they're basically all the same shape, you know, but everything's a little bit different. So it just depends. So you got to make it fit your guitar. And I didn't worry as much about the back as I did the front. It'd been much easier if you just carried the lines around the back and stopped them wherever you wanted to. It just, I mean, it really doesn't matter. But I got pretty close. I watched a video from a guy that was doing his, and just basically did what he did. And so I'm pretty close on the front and the back, and I am very happy. So with the outcome, so what I ended up using, this is 3/4 inch tape here, and this is 1/8 inch tape. Bought that off of Amazon, and that's all you need. So I would say this, I did wash it, and I did use Windex before I taped it. Made sure it was dry. If you wanted to put on those painter's gloves, you know, the nylon or Teflon gloves, whatever they are, you know what I mean? Latex gloves. It's not a bad idea, especially if you're eating Fritos like I was. So I had to go back. Well, I wasn't at first, but I had to go back then and just dampen the t-shirt with the Windex and then go back over it. So, because you want to make sure that your paint sticks. So the next step here is going to be to paint it. And let's go back here again. So we're going to, just a little overview here. This is going in there crooked like that. We're going to go like this. And I'm telling you, this is a 78 Eruption Frankenstrat. I don't know if I'm going to... I'm going to put the pickguard on here, but I have a pearl pickguard. I might even leave it the white pearl pickguard. I will be adding a kill switch. And I'm really happy with the neck that I got. Here is the tuners fully installed. I'm going to be changing this to a brass nut. And somebody out there right now saying, Eddie Van Halen didn't have a rosewood neck. It just depends on what day it was. Because, yeah, he had one. When he originally built the 78 Eruption, it had a rosewood neck. It had two, I think it had a volume and a tone knob. And it had a switch in the middle, a toggle switch, and he had it taped in the center position to keep it from moving. So I don't know what he was doing with that or whatever. And he had the rosewood neck, you know. And then even the Frankenstrat, you know, the ones that they sell now, they're putting Floyd roses on all of them. And so this is a pre-Floyd rose 78 Eruption Frankenstrat, and I'm going to use the 2-point tremolo. You know, they didn't even have these 2-point tremolos like the one I'm putting on here, the Wilkinson. Eddie had a Stratocaster tremolo on there, and well, he loosened up the screws and everything on it, and so that when he dove it down, it would come back up. But they have advanced from now, so I'm going to find out if this 2-point's going to do the trick, and it really doesn't look any different. So even if I was building a Frankenstrat, I wouldn't put the Floyd Rose on there. I got a 5150 over there with a Floyd Rose on it. I love it. But I'm trying to build something here, you know, that the average person could pick up and just play and do not have to know all this stuff. I love the contour on the neck on this. And we'll get to that when I get done. But that's another thing that is not on the Frankenstrat. The contour on the neck right here. So you can get up in there, you know, when you're playing Eruption, and get up on the high registers. And it's much more comfortable than having that neck just, it hits you right there. So, all right, I'm going to splice this one together with the last video I made.